Hello, good morning everyone. I am Dr. Cheryl Duffus. I am one of the instructors here for English 501, which you probably already know, and I'm also the coordinator for the Literature Studies concentration, and I will most likely be your advisor if that's the concentration that you have chosen. Right now I'm just going to make hopefully what will turn out to be a very quick course navigation video. And the purpose of this, it's recommended for best practices for online teaching that instructors make a short video just kind of explaining, well, how do the instructors set up Blackboard? How do I find things? Where have the instructors put them, since we're not all in a classroom together and you can't point at your screen or ask questions or anything like that face to face. So if you've used Blackboard before, then you're probably going to feel fairly comfortable. If you haven't used Blackboard before, it'll just probably take you a few days or maybe even a week to get used to it. And I would say just, be patient with yourself, allow yourself to get, for it to take a little bit longer than you think, or maybe even to get frustrated. It's taken me a long time to get used to Blackboard. It has a certain way it likes to do things, and it's very kind of rigid. So I'm just going to briefly talk about how we have set up Blackboard and hopefully give you some tips that will help you use it. This is the landing page that you will see the week before classes officially start. So that's actually the week I'm making this video. So the week of August 22nd, that's when Tech Services puts all the graduate students into Blackboard, and you can see the course, you can check it out. For most of you, you have to be in here, so it's not like you're going to drop the class, but sometimes with an online class, students want to get in, they get a sense of what the class is, and maybe they've signed up for too many classes and they want to drop. And so that's the purpose of this preview week, is to let students see what they're in for and make the decisions that are best for them. So this is this kind of generic landing page that you will see the week before classes start, just giving you kind of an overview of what the class is about. There are places you can click on for videos for us. They also have what's called an enrollment verification activity, or an EVA, and you will have to do this in every single online class you take. And I would say, look over the class, look over the syllabus, look at your own schedule for work and home life and all that other stuff, and if you're gonna stay in the program and all that, then just go ahead and do the EVA. What happens when you do the enrollment verification is that you are saying, I've looked at this class, it's okay with me, I'm definitely going to take it, and I'm going to pay for it. There are the financial implications. And so they just want to make sure that no one, kind of logs onto an online class and they don't think it's for them, and then they start thinking, oh, well, if I don't go to the class or, log in or do any of the work, then I don't have to pay for it. And that's been kind of the logic that we've had to deal with, and that's why we've come up with this EVA, so that students have to either participate in the class or they're withdrawn. So please take care of that EVA as soon as you can. So that's here on this landing page. Then there are some things that the school provides, Gardner Webb provides, so Blackboard modules, learning modules. If you have never used Blackboard before, then these are probably helpful for you. Now they are kind of generic or universal, so they're going to go over a lot of stuff that we may not do, but I had to do them to get certified to teach online, or even just to use Blackboard in a face-to-face class, and they're actually really helpful. The person in charge of distance education is just wonderful and has a very soothing voice. Then we also have, in many places, a complete syllabus as a PDF, and that way you can download that to a device or you can print it out. And even if, the Gardner Webb website goes down, or Blackboard goes down, or your internet goes down, then you'll still be able to be on track with the schedule and what you're supposed to do. Over here in Blackboard is what's called the left-hand navigation menu. Nothing in Blackboard is ever simple. So over here is basically where we get to customize how we would like to organize the course. And so up at the top you'll see kind of welcome, getting started, and links to click on. And we've got a lot of the stuff. This course overview is this right here. We have repeated the introductory videos here for Meet Your Instructors, and then all these support services, they're over here. Right here with this course info, schedule, activities, all of these things, these are all basically a breakdown of the complete syllabus. So everything that's in the syllabus will be broken down into little links over here on this left-hand navigation window. So if you click on the course description, you can see this is like, you know, a page or two from the syllabus are just in this one link. The materials you'll need, so that the technology that you have to know how to do, the textbooks that you have to buy, all that stuff. Our policies from the syllabus, again, they're broken down right here. I would like to point out that with the class attendance, you may be seeing this policy and thinking, well, it's an online class, how do I attend? And how you attend an online class is by doing the work and turning it in. And so if you miss 2 days of online work, then that equals an absence, and then that affects your grade. And we include all deadlines in here. So discussion boards, posting your own response, responding to others, turning in peer review, turning in drafts, turning in final drafts, etc. The way that you attend or participate in an online class is that you have to do something. You have to turn something in, you have to respond to a discussion board, etc. It's easy in a face-to-face class to kind of show up and, you know, do the stereotypical sit in the back of the classroom and not participate. You're still attending, but in an online class, attendance and participation are kind of the same thing because we have no other way to tell. And I think that's why online classes are oftentimes harder. You do have to put yourself out there more. So that's just a really important policy that I wanted to point out because it is different from a face-to-face environment. Other important policies, we also have about academic integrity, which involves academic honesty, not plagiarizing or cheating. The stakes are much higher in graduate school because, of course, we hold graduate students to a higher level of accountability and responsibility. Let's see. There's also stuff in here about academic support. We have a writing center that is available to graduate students, and they are set up to help distance students. So they can video conference with you, they can screen share, they can do all kinds of cool things. And Dr. Buckner is actually the director of the Writing Center, so hopefully you'll feel comfortable contacting them if you need to. We also have a NOL program or NOL Center, and that's to help you with arranging any accommodations that you might need, and that could be due to an illness, a disability, it could really be almost anything. So if you think that you need any kind of accommodation or help with this class, then you can contact them and see what they have to say. And then, of course, we also have netiquette down here, and I think another good policy to talk about is that, because this is also different from a face-to-face class. If we're face-to-face with one another, we can often read ourselves, our body language. If it's an instance in which someone is talking and we're able to hear them, then we can hear by tone of voice or something like that. There are all these nuances in our body language and in the way we talk that will help convey things like humor and sarcasm. And you know, you might say things like, "Oh, I'm just so mad. I could smack so and so." And you know, in an online environment, it's not good to say that because it's all written, and you sound kind of. It might make people nervous, or it might make them uncomfortable, or create an atmosphere that's not pleasant. So, I would say, you know, it's better to just be brief and clear and direct, being patient, being respectful of everyone. And remember, it's a classroom. We don't want to, you know, use any kind of all caps. We want to be respectful of one another. It says here, no flaming or attacking. You know, just because you don't agree with someone doesn't mean you have to attack them. We're not on television, thank goodness. We're able to disagree with one another in a kind of professional, scholarly way. So again, be mindful that you are in graduate school. This is a professional experience. I'm sure all of you work, and so you're used to, you know, having to behave this way in your workplace. And that we're online, and that it is just much harder to read each other's tone of voice or our body language, or however we're expressing ourselves in an online atmosphere. All right, so blah, blah. That's all the policies I wanted to go over. There's also another link over here for the syllabus. We like to give you multiple ways to find things online because Blackboard can be a little confusing. And then right here is the weekly materials folder. And actually turn this edit mode off so that y'all don't see things that I I'm supposed to only see. Weekly materials is going to be your landing page every week. And we try to do this to create fewer clicks in Blackboard. Blackboard can do a lot of what's called, I think, nesting, and lots of folders and lots of clicks and links, and it kind of drives me nuts, but that's the way it is. And I like to keep it with as few as possible because it just gets overwhelming after a while. So our landing page will be this weekly materials, and there's a little explanation of what it is, your agenda for the week, your learning outcomes, any kind of instructional video, any extra readings beyond the books, the learning modules, assignments, etc. So everything you need for the week is right here on this landing page. Here we have we like to show each week how the weekly learning that you're doing kind of aligns or matches up with what it is you're supposed to be learning overall in the course. So these course learning outcomes you can find over in the course description and objectives, and then it will explain the activities you're doing and how you're doing them and how they connect with the course learning outcomes and the weekly learning outcomes. So these course learning outcomes are right here, and you can review them. Now, of course, we won't go over every single one every week. That would be tiresome. But each week, you're going to be hitting at least, 3 or 4 of these learning outcomes. Down at the bottom of the page is where we have week 1 here. And what you're going to be doing here is this chart here. If you have not already, you're going to be looking over the syllabus, the schedule, the assignments, and getting those merged onto your master schedule, because I know we all have complicated lives and lots of things to take care of. You'll watch this course navigational video, you'll do the EVA, and then on Monday you'll set up a discussion forum that I'll talk more about in a minute, and you will also subscribe to that. So for each week, we've got the week broken down by days, and this is to help you kind of manage your workflow for the week. I would say this week is a little bit of an exception because we've got a lot of little stuff for you to do, and once you're done with all this stuff, you don't have to do this again. You don't have to keep doing the EVA. You don't have to keep subscribing to forums and all of this. This week you're going to have a lot of kind of little housekeeping type things that you have to set up that you're not going to have to keep doing that every week. So we'll tell you what you're doing, we'll tell you how it's connected to the course and what you're learning, and then what it is you need and how you'll be able to find it, etc. So Monday, and this week's activities are broken down by day. Sometimes it might just be this is the learning module for the week, and you would only have one folder. So again, we've got a lot of folders for this week, and I think that's just because we have a lot of little things that you need to do. Let's see. So for Monday, again, we'll have little links in here that will help you take care of all this stuff. So review the schedule, review what the assignments are, and then this Bat Signals forum is a discussion forum on Blackboard, and this is what it looks like. And the rest of our discussion forums will be on Google+, but this one is on Bat Signals. And what it is, it's just like from the Batman show. You put up the bat signal when you got a problem. And it could be anything from, I'm missing something, you didn't put a PDF up on Blackboard, or such and such link isn't activated, or maybe the link, we didn't update it and it's changed, or something like that. You're having some kind of problem with the class, or you have some kind of question for the class, something you're uncertain about, and you just create a thread. That's the language that Blackboard uses for posting something up here. And what we all are going to do is subscribe to this forum. And here I just did it. And subscribe is the Blackboard way of saying following. And so when I just did this, what it means is that now I am following this forum, and every time someone posts something, I will get an email. And I do this because I'm the instructor for the course, and I need to know when students have questions. And it could be that I don't necessarily check this forum, or it's easier for me to get it on the email, and then I know to go check it instead of randomly checking it when you may or may not have posted. And you as students then will be able to see the questions that each other have, because if you have a question about something, probably somebody else does too, and then that way we're all sharing our information and asking questions. It's not meant to be intimidating or anything like that. We had great participation in this forum last semester, and I think people were always learning from one another. So we would like for you to subscribe to this, and then any problem you have, just create a thread or a post and just let us know so we can help you. And you may even be able to help each other. Sometimes y'all, I mean, I've got a small child, so we go to bed early and we get up early, and I'm not checking it at midnight, but some of y'all might be online, so you might be able to help each other. All right, let me get back to where we were. This is the thing I really don't like about Blackboard, is getting back to where you were. All right, so let's see, Tuesday. You are also going to need to set up a Google Plus identity. If you have a Gmail account, you already have a Google identity. If you don't have a Gmail account, then you're going to have to set up a Google Plus identity. You do not have to get a Gmail. If you're thinking to yourself, I cannot bear to have another email, you don't have to do that. You can use any email you want to, but they will give you a Google ID. So you'll follow these instructions, you'll get your Google ID, and then there's one more Blackboard forum for your first week that you need to reply to, and that is for the Google IDs. And so we need to know your Google ID so we can invite you to the Google Plus community. And you'll get an email about that. The Google Plus community is where we're going to do all of our discussion except for that Bat Signals forum. And that's because Google Plus allows you to be a bit more creative with putting in links and photos and videos and things like that. And it, you know, your picture is associated with it in the profile if you choose to have your picture in the profile, and it just allows us different ways to interact with one another. And so this first week you're going to do a video that you post to Google Plus, and please don't think we're expecting this is going to be some highly polished professional type recording. Just turn on your webcam and sit in front of it and talk. This is what I do. I'm not a Hollywood camera person. I would rather put more of my time into preparing for what it is I'm going to say than coming up with something fancy to do. I just do these in my office. You can see all my daughter's artwork. It's really just, you know, nothing fancy. So please don't get anxious that your video isn't super fancy. And also don't worry. I suffer from this. I think it's worse in something like Skype or FaceTime, but I'm like, oh, I look like death on camera because, you know what, I don't have a makeup person to make me look all beautiful and everything. But that's okay because this is reality, and we're not here to judge each other. So for your introductory video, and I think this is the only one we'll do this semester, so don't worry, you're not going to have to be making videos every semester. You're just going to want to tell us a little bit about yourself. We want to really get to know you. Y'all are going to have lots of classes together, and it's important in an online environment that we try to create community and a sense of personal connection, and just, you know, knowing a little bit about each other, what your job might be, what your home life is like. You know, how many kids do you have? How old are they? What kind of pets do you have? Who else? Anything that's important about you that you think would help us to know you and understand you. So we've got some tips here. Make sure you speak up, lots of stuff about your lights, blah, 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 etc. So that's something that you will do on Wednesday. And here sometimes with Blackboard up at the top, you can go back to where you were if you stay within that week 1 folder. Then Wednesday, I think we already did that. Yep, you post, and then Friday, after everyone has had a chance to post, y'all should all look at each other's videos or listen to them or do whatever you need to do with them to access them. And so watch the videos, and you can just post comments. Hey, so-and-so, I live 2 hours from you in the same state, or I love seeing your dogs, or whatever it is you want to do, and just kind of start trying to create a dynamic of community in the classroom. And so that's what your task will be for Friday. So again, this week it's a lot of folders, a lot of clicking, a lot of little things to do, but the worst of it will be this week. And once you have all this stuff set up, you're not going to have to go back and redo it or anything. So the last thing about how we have this weekly material set up is that we always have something looking ahead. And some of y'all, what your work schedule is, and if the first week in October is going to be really crazy at work, I'm going to work ahead. We try to give you enough stuff so that you're able to do that. So next week we're going to delve into the reading for the course and start getting into the real content. We'll get all these introductory tasks over with the first week, and then we'll get into the content. So we're going to read the introductions from, or the foreword from, our 2 textbooks here. And what we have done, because sometimes there can be issues with getting the textbook right away, maybe Amazon is just really slow, we have scanned in the foreword and the introduction from these 2 books and posted them here so that you can access them if you are having any problems with the textbooks. If you have problems with the textbooks, I think you should let us know, just so we're mindful of your situation. And if you can't get them for the second week of the reading, or I guess the third week of class, then we need to have a little dialogue about that. All right, so again, this is always here looking ahead, what's on the horizon, so to speak, etc. So this weekly materials is a nice little landing page here, which you should be on. And again, going down below on the left-hand navigation window, you can get to anything over there. So if you need help getting back to the Google Plus community, it's right there if you don't save it somehow. The Blackboard forums are right here. We give you multiple ways to get into them. Under communication, you can look at your grades anytime you want to. Here, email to send us emails. You can see course announcements. Course announcements we use a lot. Typically on probably Fridays, we'll send an announcement, hey, everything's up for next week. I think we like to get it up by Friday, latest Saturday for the next week. Then we also have some resources here, just tips and resources for the class, and also just different professional resources. We've got links to our library here on campus, Purdue Online Writing Lab, or Purdue OWL, our writing center, and the MLA 8th edition. You may or may not know this, but we have been very aware of this since last spring. There is a new edition of MLA. They unveiled it last summer, and we're all going to have to get used to it. It's the 8th edition, the last one was the 7th, and all the stuff about in-text citations has stayed the same, thank goodness, but they did really change the works cited page. It is very, very different. And you'll need to know this because not all of the library databases are using it yet. So MLA has given us this free website. I'm amazed they're not charging for this. Typically they charge for everything, to try to help you get used to this new version of it. So just be mindful of that. Let's see, other tips and resources. Yeah, we've got some tips about Google Plus, Google Drive, because we're asking you to use those, a glossary of terms for the class, and Turnitin.com. We have y'all turn in your assignments there, and Turnitin originally was created to detect problems with plagiarism, or whether it was intended or unintended. A lot of times we'll copy and paste and just forget to cite the sources. That's the unintentional plagiarism. And it's kind of evolved. I think it has wonderful grading tools, and that's mainly what I use it for, to be honest with you. It's much easier, and you can leave a voice comment on papers, and it has a lot of really cool stuff. It's really easy to create a rubric on it. So we use it for both things, and so this here will help you understand. It's wonderful because it's integrated with Blackboard now, and so you're not going to have any separate login or anything like that. Okay, let's see. Writing Center, Purdue OWL Library, and just to we have different professional resources according to your concentration. So in your free time, which you will have none of now that you are getting a master's degree, you could take a look here and just find some information and links about different kinds of professional activities, like conferences, publications, all that fun stuff. Alright, I think that's the end of my video. I tend to go on, I've been told this, but I think that it's also important to be accurate to your classroom style, I suppose. Please let us know if you have any questions. I know it's very overwhelming to start something new. It's exciting and wonderful, and we're glad you're here and you're taking on this challenge in your life. But if you're like me, you can get easily overwhelmed by new things, and it's okay. Just take a deep breath. And after a couple of weeks, this is all going to feel very familiar, I promise. So usually there's a lot of anxiety at the beginning of 501, and then it tapers off as we get used to it. So please let us know if you have any questions or problems with getting all that stuff set up in this first week.